I'm so Well, welcome to the post-match reaction. I'm sure there's a few disappointed people out there after another draw, fourth one in a row, and another chance perhaps to close the gap on the chasing pack. But Wrexham, better performance in the second half, certainly. I think we can all agree on that one. First half we tried a different formation, which I know I've asked at times in some of the commentaries we've done, maybe try something else. The squad looked like a 4-3-3 or a 4-1-3-1 or 4-2-3-1 as we played today. but didn't quite work for whatever reason. Aldershot, a well-drilled team, and that forward line, lots of movement, caused us a lot of problems. Although the goals, apparently I've heard back since that they've rewatched it on the replay, and it was over the line. So probably a deserved result in the end. We're hopefully going to get a player in a bit, and Ollie will join us. We'll just have a look through at how we've done today. Any questions, please post them in the comments, and I'll try and answer as many as we can. It's a frustrating day when you take the lead twice, conceding late in the first half, and not quite sure how we got the first goal in. That's one definitely for the highlight show to rewatch again. It's sort of, I think Jennings got a touch. It seemed to bounce under the keeper's legs, and Quigley with another goal, doing really well there for us. And then obviously a well taken goal in the second half. Chris Holroyd providing the assist, and Quigley one-on-one, patient and waited for the keeper to make the move and slotted home. Pity he couldn't quite get the third one, as debutant Simon Ange came on and showed what having a bit of nous and perhaps centre half bulldozing up front can do for you. And I think it's something that Wrexham have been missing all season so far. So just try and get the results up for us, and we'll have a look through what everyone's done. I think it's important to remember that, you know, there are games left. It is very tight. Everyone seems to be beating everyone, and Aldershot are one of those teams that are around us in the league. So it's not a bad point. You know, we've drawn against teams in the bottom half, perhaps, that, you know, in this run it would have been nice to take some more points off, but not to be, sadly. And we go again next week. Any questions? Please get them in the comments box, and we'll try and answer them. See what you thought of our new signing. I know he wasn't on the pitch for long, and we'll try and answer what we can if my phone allows me to load the league table. So Macclesfield 68 points, 5 points clear to Sutton after today, then Tranmere, then Aldershot, Bournemouth. Wrexham now down into 6th place on 60 points, and a 5-point gap then back to Fylde. So these games that other teams had on hand are sort of closed up now, really. We're on 60 points with Aldershot, Bournemouth and Wrexham all on 60 points, Tranmere on 61 and Sutton 63. So to get back into that top 3, we're not, you know, 1 win away. Macclesfield look like they're, you know, really putting a run together after perhaps what we expected to be a bit of a dip just after in the end of January. Other teams that sort of could close the gap, Dover, they've got a game in hand, but now find themselves 6 points behind us. So let's see what the results were today. Fylde obviously beating Dover 3-1, good result there. Dagenham, a bit of a ding-dong game there with Chester, came back to win 3-2. Eastleigh Halifax drew 0-0. Hartlepool 0, Ebbsfleet 1. Macclesfield with a 1-0 win at Maidenhead. That was 0-0 for a long time. At one point at half-time, all the results were going our way, and if we'd have kept on to that 3 points, it could have been a different looking table, but unfortunately not to be. Maidstone 2 and Tranmere got 3, so they came back. Sutton had a convincing win 4-0 against Guiseley, who I think, unfortunately for them, looked like they will go through that trapdoor this season. I don't think there'll be any last-minute day reprieve for them this time, although they've done it in the last 2 seasons, so you never know. Woking 0, Bournemouth 0, and obviously ourselves 2-2. So just have a look in the comments section, see if there's any questions you guys have got for us. Yeah, sad to see Aldershot get a late equaliser. It is sad to see Wrexham not quite get over the line. Not sure if it's set pieces. We seem to defend well as a team. I thought in the first half we were under a lot of pressure. Midfield not quite gelling with that. With the system of play. It was nice to see all the attacking players on the pitch, but something didn't quite click, and then when we switched 4-4-2 it did, and we created a lot more chances, and although there was, you know, various times when we pushed forward and they came forward, so, you know, it was a strange second half because it was very open for me. I sort of I don't know what you guys felt out there. Please, you know, put in your comments you know, what your view of who the man of the match was. I thought Scott Quigley obviously got man of the match for from the sponsors. 2 goals will do that for you, and I think is that 6 goals or 7 goals now in his game. So he's catching Chris Holroyd up, who's already got 10. I thought Kevin Roberts had a really good game. I know Mark and myself in commentary agreed he was our man of the match. He the countless number of times that he was the last man getting that last block in, last header, last late ditch challenge. I think he had a really good game, particularly in the first half when he didn't have maybe necessarily the support of the man in front of him from the wing covering back, and when we switched 4-4-2, Franks did a really good job of doing that in the second half and got on the ball a lot more. So I think he had a bit of help and allowed him to come forward in the second half. But I thought he had a really good game covering that defence, and he's really grown into this Wrexham side. So still waiting, hopefully, for a player to come in. I don't know who we're going to get. It's they're all deep in thought in the changing room, and I'm sure Dean will be having the lads in and discussing these draws. See if there's any more comments come through yet. No, not just yet. Any surprises in the starting lineup, you guys think? I thought it was interesting that Akil Wright, I've heard reports about it, didn't go to Solihull myself, that he had a good game, didn't quite get into the side again today. And perhaps that 4-2-3-1 system we started with needed those 2 Shield players, the sort of the pivot with Wedgbury. I thought we generally... did we have too many attacking players on the pitch? I don't know. It's the 4-4-2 certainly suits us. We played it all season, and I'm well drilled into them. So be interesting to see your opinions on that. I think it's time for a sort of a look at the situation. Really, we've been in very much a negative period over our recent history, and this season is definitely up there with we've challenged all along. We've been top a couple of times and not quite got that run together. So I think we've got to look at going to next season, and still into this season, we're in with a great challenge, great chance to push into the playoffs. You never know what's going to happen. It's Macclesfield this league's been so open, and no one's really made a great fist of taking the lead, and perhaps Macclesfield might struggle, and Wrexham can get going into those final sort of 11 or so games. But really need to be a playoff team. Really needs fans to back the team, get behind us, get into the racecourse, make this a fortress, and hopefully the boys can get over the line and convert some more of these draws into wins. Sadly, we didn't get the clean sheet record. We equalised it at Solihull, 20 clean sheets in a season, which is our club record, or equalled our club record. So one more clean sheet this season, and we'll have a new club record. But it's great to have a great defence. It's nice to create chances and score goals. We got 2 today for a change. We are starting to see more goals coming, and sadly, the sort of gist of that is sometimes you concede a bit more as well. Be interesting to see the reactions of both managers. I think both. I don't know from my view. Again, you guys may have seen it especially over in the Mould Road. Was it a foul on Jennings that led to their equaliser? He certainly turns into the player, and the player comes through him. Does he catch the ball? Does he catch the man? From my view, I thought he turned into. Ran out of options, didn't have an option, turned into player and got challenged. I've seen him given, I've seen him not. I wasn't too up in arms about it, but you guys may have had a better view from over that side. Andy Jones corner right, so let's go win a game. Yeah, definitely be nice to get back into winning ways. And as I try and stretch out this waiting for a player, it becomes harder. So if you guys do have questions, please get them in. It'll be interesting to see your opinions on stuff. But yeah, it's let's see what fixtures coming up. Obviously into March now, the business end of the season. Wrexham away to Ebbsfleet next week. A bit of a tough trip, one we've had a couple of results for, but they sort of bounced back into between the leagues, and it's one with another game we're looking at and thinking it's got to be 3 points. Really, you need to get these 3 points. you can almost afford to lose a couple, win a couple, and the draws just don't really bring you any prizes. But yeah, it's sad reading the form table, unfortunately. And there's some more interesting games next week. Is Sutton go away to Halifax, so they've got to travel again. But you'd fancy them possibly for that game. Tranmere at home to Gateshead. Gateshead, as we know ourselves, a tough team. Torquay are fighting for their lives to host Fylde. And Aldershot have face Hartlepool one, as well as Macclesfield away at Boreham Wood. So a chance to get some points and be just about to be joined by 2-goal scorer Scott Quigley. And any questions you have in the comments, please post them, and we'll see if we can get Scott, as well as I'll try and think of some myself. You alright, Scott? How are you?
Oh, you're alright.
Yeah. Disappointed today with the draw in the end?
Yeah, maybe a bit disappointed I didn't finish that last one at the end, but pleased with the 2 goals. But I think they are the best footballing team in the league.
Yeah.
And I think we matched them in the second half, definitely, for the just physicality and that. And I think we worked them out in the first half, come inside, spoke about it, and then we got straight back on it.
Seems a sort of trial formation in the first half, almost like 4-2-3-1. Didn't quite. We seemed to concede quite a lot of space in the wide areas, and they attacked our fullbacks quite a lot. But possibly lucky to almost go in with the lead at half time. But I think second half, like you said, we switched back to the 4-4-2. You benefited from having a partner. I think Chrissy Holroyd put you through for the second goal. Cool and calm for that finish. It's a couple of times now. Saw you on your debut, 1-on-1. You seem quite patient when you're up against a keeper. Yeah,
I don't think as long as you've made that good run, I know I've got pace on my side, so I know I've got that time comes quick after the ball had played in, and they were stuck on their feet, so I knew I had a couple of seconds just to basically pick me spot and send the keeper the wrong way. So I think I just calm there, and luckily hit the back of the net.
Yeah, it was a good finish. Talk us through the first one, because from our view we couldn't really work out what happened. Saw the ball come in, I thought Jennings got something on it, seemed to bounce under the keeper's legs, and then, to be fair, it was only because you were pointing at your belly as you were running off that we thought it must have been you got the final touch.
Yeah, I think it's a great whip in from Franksy, but I think I've got pushed in the back and it's barely hit me side of the hip, and it's flown in like I haven't really known much about it, but I think I'll take it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's been a great goal scoring start for your time at Wrexham so far. It must be great for you. Obviously it's coming down from Blackpool, but you've come here to score goals and get some time, and you're doing that.
Yeah, like that was the main. I think the main thing was come down and get games. Obviously, goals are obviously an added bonus, and you want to be scoring as a centre forward. But I think I've just come and I'm settling in well. Like I've had games where I thought on Tuesday I was quiet. I had a quiet game. I don't think I could really have got in the game very as much as I liked. And that you're going to have games like that, but as long as I can back it up by scoring 2 and obviously another man of the match, which I thank the fans obviously for again, performance, and then I hope I can just back that up again on Saturday and go Eastleigh and rest up, and we go in Saturday, and we need that 3 points. I think I'm just disappointed I hadn't put that last one in the back of the net, but the lads were just like, you can't be too hard on yourself. And
I suppose it was one of those ones. I mean, I don't play football particularly apart from five-a-side, and I'm not particularly great at that. And but sometimes they just come at you. You're not maybe you're expecting it. I suppose you just appeared in the box with a lot of space and time. A lot of time and space, and they happen. You got something on it, and just unfortunately couldn't get the net. Yeah,
I think they said the ref said after the game if it had gone in, he was flagged up offside anyway, but at the time I thought it was onside, and I think I hit it just a bit too well maybe, and maybe I could have took a touch.
Should have used your belly like the first one.
Should have used my belly like, yeah. I could have bounced in.
Yeah, hopefully though, like you said, we can go and get 3 points coming up at the weekend. It's 4 draws in a row, as well as draws, I suppose, are positive results in terms of getting a point. when we're in the as tight as this league is at the moment, it's those 2 points dropping all the time, and it's pushed us down to 6, I think, but we're still in there with only 3 points behind second place. I think Maxfield have got a 5-point lead after that, so that they're starting to make. It was definitely a good shout with the playoffs, and really need to push on and hopefully get to that point.
Yeah, no, we're not losing. We're not. We haven't lost in. I think it's.
I know it's 10 home games. So
I'm not sure. I know we haven't lost in a while, and I think that's a positive you've got to take. I know the fans are wanting the 3 points, but what I say is we just got to be patient with us, and it will change. It will we can't keep drawing. Obviously, we're going to come up, and the chances are going to. I think we've just got to be more. After we've scored and gone in front, we've just got to be more resilient and just stick in there and maybe go defensive for the next 5 just to calm everything down.
Yeah, as you say, Aldershot, good football inside though. So, not a bad result really. Perhaps, lucky to go into half time in a positive result, but overall in the second half, I thought Wrexham deserved something like the game, and a game of 2 halves. The classic cliche, really. Yeah,
I thought. Yeah, they were very good football inside. They remind me a lot of how T&S play on the 3G, and very similar, to be fair. But you know what? I think they were happy with coming for a point. They were, like you said, they were a good side. And I think if this was the start of the season, or we hadn't drawn so many, you would take a point here. Just like Tranmere, you'd take a point against rivals up there. But you really want to obviously be winning these games. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, it's at least a point, as we said, and we're still in the mix. We're still in the playoffs, and hopefully we can put 3 points on next week. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you all soon.
Thank you very much.